Hey everybody, it's Jamie here, and today I am 7 months post-op. So if you've been watching my videos for a while, you'll know that this is a different background. I'm house sitting right now, so that's why I'm in a different location. I'm also dog sitting, and the dog's just right by my feet, so I apologize if he barks, or if you see him run around back here. This is his bed, aka the couch, or if he needs to go outside. Yeah, it's just warning you in advance that might happen, as animals tend to interfere with my videos. So today I'm 7 months post-op, which is just still crazy to me every time I'm filming one of these videos, how fast the time goes by. So it felt like it took so long for the surgery to come up, and then, you know, that first week after surgery is just so slow, and then all of a sudden time goes into a warp, and the next thing you know, it's like long behind you. So that's definitely a bonus of doing the surgery. You know, if you're contemplating it, you know, time does go by fast. You recover quickly. So yeah, swelling. I feel like it's probably the same. I feel like I look a little bit pudgier today. I don't know why that is. Like I've said in other videos, it tends to go up and down. So it's still doing that, I guess. So other days it looks good, like better than this. So I can see like a little bit of chunk right here that I think might be a bit of swelling. So I'll turn my head like I normally do. So there's that. Numbness is probably the same as the last two videos. Everything in my mouth is back. The only thing that's left is this little kind of nub right here. Yeah, and like I've said before, it's not completely numb. I don't really feel like cold weather in it though. I've been running outside. I run. And yesterday it was quite cold, and I was running outside for more than an hour, and I just I can't even feel that it's cold there. So I was almost a little bit worried that I might get frostbite at some point in my life, but I also hope that it comes back a little bit more. So it's really just a small area. It's like, you know, the fleshy part of your chin, like that part right there. So I can feel I can feel all this. Like this is normal. It's just this part here. Probably pretty much like the chunk that was cut off. So. And there are two screws in there. I don't have plates on either side. My surgeon did two screws that go up this way, so which is kind of gruesome. But I try not to think about it. So yeah, the space behind my front teeth that took the longest to come back, it feels like it's pretty much normal. I do have some residual nerve damage from the Sarpy, like right here is where it is. It's like a tingly, almost kind of like hypersensitive feeling, but it pretty much never bothers me. So there's that. But I haven't noticed anything in my mouth that's, you know, further damage from the second surgery. Chewing is still coming along. I find it's getting a lot better. I still have not attempted to have steak. I've been waiting for that. I haven't had salad or any, you know, harder vegetables like that. I do think that things are really coming along. They've gotten a lot better in about the last 2 months. I have a lot more strength when biting down. Which brings me to my next point, which is that my left side is still open. Yeah, it's really getting frustrating. You also see I don't have the class 2 triangular elastics anymore. I just have this one back here. So that's the one I've had. I had before the class 2s. So yeah, it's still open, and every time I go to my orthodontist, I try to make it clear that I'm pretty paranoid, and he is very blasé, just says, yeah, it'll close, eventually it'll close, and it really is just not moving at all. It's moved maybe a little bit since I got these elastics back on last month, which was, I guess, sometime after the 6-month period. I think it was about December 15th or so. So on or around that date, I was at home for lunch, and I was eating a very soft piece of cake, so nothing hard in it at all. And all of a sudden I had this really sharp pain where my TPA, the wire that I had along the roof of my mouth, kind of where it connected to this tooth over here. And I went into the bathroom, and I was like freaking out that I'd like stabbed myself with something sharp. And I discovered that the TPA was like completely embedded in my palate tissue. Which reminded me of when I had been at the dentist shortly, I think around the 4-month mark after my surgery. I went to the dentist for cleaning, and they told me that it was embedded in my palate over there. But I didn't really understand which part of it that she meant. I thought she meant like the band around the tooth. So I never had any pain with it. So I just kind of left it alone. But that one day after eating a very soft piece of cake, it just hurt so bad. It was just aching. So I immediately called the orthodontist. I said, look, it's embedded. They wanted to see me right away. So I went in, And to my utter complete glee, they took out the TPA and said that we'll just leave it out in case we need it. So the roof of my mouth is now free. I don't know if you can see that, but I do not have a TPA anymore. Actually, it was December 17th because it was 2 years to the day that I got my palate expander in, which meant that I had not been able to touch the roof of my mouth in exactly 2 years. And I really hated that TPA, and I was so happy when they took it out. I was like, just like high on life. I could not have been happier, which is nice because now I don't have a lisp anymore, which is cool. So at the same appointment, he told me to take out the triangular elastics, and I feel like this is really boring, so I'll move on. I don't have a TPA anymore, but I have this elastic. So things are good, except that it hasn't really moved my teeth at all. I thought it might close my bite more now because the tooth that this upper part of the elastic is anchored to had the TPA on it. It's moved maybe a tiny bit. So I go see my orthodontist in 2 days from today, so hopefully something happens. I've been doubling up all the elastics and I still don't really see a difference. So I don't know. It's been 7 months, and they say the earliest you can get braces off would be 6 months, so a month ago. And I really hope that they come off by the 12-month mark, which was the maximum time I was, slotted for estimated. So yeah, cold weather, like I mentioned in previous videos, sometimes like weather changes seem to cause like a bit of achiness in my face, but it's really not that bad. It seems to be where the plates are, like the two spots that I've pointed out in other videos where I have where I can feel the screws under there. My bite, so I already talked about that. Yeah, I still can't really open my mouth that far, especially wearing elastics full time like I do. It's not really getting a lot of practice. And when I had gone to see my orthodontist last month, I asked him if there was anything I could do, and he's just like, yeah, you can do some stretches, but didn't like give me any information about that, so I don't know. So I tried to stretch my jaw out a little bit the other day, like 4 days ago, and it still really hurts, and I still like can barely open my mouth now. So I don't know. I might go see my surgeon or something. I don't know if I'm gonna need like a physical therapist or something, but it's frustrating not being able to open that far. I mean, it's like functional, but like at this point, I can't eat like a wrap or like a burger or anything. I can't like bite into a muffin. It's just kind of, I'm just like smushing it against my face, so it's not good. Yeah, and it's still really sore too, which sucks. But I think that was pretty much everything I had to talk about. I mean, overall, it's still going well, I guess. I mean, I still feel like I am getting better, as far as chewing goes. That's, really my prime concern and why I did all this in the first place. I would just really like my bite to close on the left side. So I don't know. My orthodontist doesn't seem to think it's a problem, but I feel like it is, and I don't know. We'll see what happens. So I see my orthodontist in 2 days, so I guess I will update you all next month in February when I'm 8 months post-op. So thanks for watching, and thank you to this dog that I'm dog sitting for not barking and making really loud noises. All right, bye-bye.